Audio Renaissance presents What on Earth Have I Done? By Robert Fulghum. Read for you by the author.
Hello, I'm Robert Fulghum, reading to you from my book, What on Earth Have I Done? A collection of stories, essays, and affirmations. This first essay is called Mother Questions. My house in Seattle is across the street from an elementary school. A high fence blocks my view, but I'm close enough to overhear conversations. One morning, I was out in my yard at the hour when children were being delivered to school. I heard a car door opened, then slammed shut. Kaboom! Another door was opened, and a woman's voice came blasting over the fence. "Billy, what on earth have you done?" I wailed Billy in the back seat. So what on earth had Billy done? Maybe spilled a whole bottle of apple juice, or opened his lunch bucket and spread the contents around looking for the cookies? Or worse, he had quietly vomited his breakfast all over himself and had taken off most of his clothes, or picked a scab until blood flowed, or used a plastic picnic fork to tattoo his name into the back of his mother's seat, or decorated the upholstery and himself with a red magic marker his mother didn't know he possessed. Having played both starring roles in this small domestic comedy in my time, I can attest to the possibility that the kid had accomplished all of these moves during the short trip from home to school. Kids are fast. My own mother asked me the same question, often, and I, in my turn, ask my own children, who no doubt have followed the same line of inquiry with their kids. What on earth have you done? This is one of the great mother questions. The second great question mothers ask is the theological one. What in the name of God are you doing? Another mother question anticipates the future. And what will you think of next? My father rolled all these questions into one, only his tone would change. What the hell? Children know these questions have no reasonable answers. Any child who has half a brain will go mute or mumble, "Nothing, nothing," or resort to pity-invoking sobs that plead innocence, ignorance, and helplessness. I don't know. And the child is telling the truth. Most of the time, a kid doesn't think about what he's doing or why. This is the privilege of childhood. Now, at a distance from childhood and parenting, I began to understand that these great mother questions are in fact profound. They are the great life questions, questions of accountability. Muttering under my breath, after yet another screw-up, I echo both my mother and father. What on earth have I done? What the hell? When asked of oneself in a calmer spirit, this line of inquiry makes sense, provokes thought, even puts my feet back on the right path. For example, well, just what on earth have you done? After all these years, what? I think it's useful to inquire of myself about the quality of my existence and my contribution to the commonweal. Never mind what I set out to do. What have I done? What's my record as a citizen of Earth? Likewise, what in the name of God am I doing? Queries my actions on behalf of all that I say I believe and hold sacred. And finally, the question with ongoing relevance, what will I think of next, is a way of asking if my mind is a stagnant cesspool of worn-out notions, or if I am still mentally active, still replacing archaic information with fresh and better ideas. Am I still thinking, still asking, still learning? When my mother asked me her questions, I hated her. Her tone of contempt raised blisters on my soul. And looking back now, what I really hated.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?